Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of my NBA Player Props Splash Zone edition. My name is Matt Modai with Jedi Modai Sports Network, and I have 3 NBA player props for you guys to hammer. All 3 are of the Splash Zone variety. If you are unfamiliar, if you're new to my channel, Splash Zone is where I find 3-point props that I like, but instead of taking them at the main line, I juice up those numbers of 3-pointers made just a little bit to get pretty juicy odds. The goal here, obviously, is because of the higher payout. It's been hit or miss so far this year. We started off the year really hot. Then we had a brutal cold streak. Yesterday swung back in the opposite direction, had a very hot day. I gave out 4 picks actually on this YouTube channel, 3 splash zone, 1 non-splash zone. We got 3 of those 4 plays to hit. We got the non-splash zone. We got 2 of the 3 splash zone plays to hit. We ended the day up 5 units, which is great. Desperately needed that after a brutal streak we were on. That brings our total profit, total results to up 2.15 units. So getting us back in the green after yesterday. Let's hope we can continue this hot streak. That's kind of how things go in sports betting. It's also how things go when you are playing a pretty juicy odds. So hopefully, again, we can keep this going. If you're new to my channel, would appreciate it if you could subscribe. If you're not new, but you haven't already, would also appreciate it if you could subscribe. Other than that, remember to like the video and then comment. Let me know your thoughts, whether you're tailing, whether you're fading. If there's somebody that you like to hit a pumped up 3-pointer prop, comment and let me know that as well. We can get into these picks. Let's get wet. So the first play in the Knicks versus Bucks game, we're taking Julius Randle, 4+ made 3-pointers, plus 460 odds at FanDuel. So the Bucks defense has been awful, just awful to start the year. And sneakily in general, the Bucks really haven't been that good either. Obviously, we're just talking about the defense here. Overall, they have the 2nd worst net rating in the entire NBA. They're only worse than the Indiana Pacers. They have a 2-2 record. They just haven't quite looked right. Obviously, it's early, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm worried about the Bucks or that I think they're somehow not going to be bad or not going to be good. I mean, they're probably still going to be a top 2 seed in the East. It's just been a slow start, and things are taking time. So, in this game specifically, I'm predicting that the Knicks and Julius Randle specifically are going to be able to have some offensive success. The Bucks just played the Raptors, and the Raptors had been among the worst offenses in the NBA. Granted, it's early to start the year, whatever. The Raptors just hung 130 on the Bucks. In that game, they allowed Pascal Siakam to make 4 3-pointers. They allowed Scotty Barnes to make 4 3-pointers. Excuse me, Siakam made 5. Scotty Barnes made 4. Overall, 4/5 of the Raptors starting lineup went over their 3-point prop. Now, game to game, that stuff is always wonky because 3-point percentages average out both for the individual players and then shots against the team as well. But when you're giving up high percentage 3-pointers that are open, it's going to be a little bit different. And Randall specifically, the reason why I like going with him is because he is someone who is in need of finding his shooting touch. He has not been shooting great so far this year. The Bucks represent a great opportunity for him to do so. On the year, he's shooting 24.2% from deep. That's very much not good. And he's only made 2 out of his last 16 attempts. So against the Bucks, you know Tibbs is going to play him heavy minutes, classic Tibbs minutes in this one. Randall is probably going to get up 4, 8, 9 plus 3-pointers in this one. If he can do that and break out of this slump, which things always swing back, if he gets hot, we'll catch this bad boy for plus 460 odds. The value's there as our first play. Next up in the Wizards versus Heat game, we're taking Tyler Herro, 5+ made 3-pointers, plus 460 odds at FanDuel. So despite the fact that the Heat in general have had a slow start to the year, Tyler Herro has been awesome. He's made 5 3-pointers, at least 5 3-pointers, in 2 of their 5 games so far. And in one of the other games, he hit 4. So he's been around this number basically the entire year. He shot double-digit 3-point attempts in 3 of 5 games so far as well, which I like. Last game, Tyler Herro was awesome, 6 of 10 from deep. So this is not a situation where we are buying the dip. Instead, this is a situation where we're banking on someone to stay hot. And I think that there are a ton of reasons to believe that Herro will stay hot in this one. I love for him to have a blow-up game. If you also just want to pump up his points in general, I wouldn't hate that as well. For this game, the Heat are 1-4, in desperate need of a win, in desperate need of just a situation where they play well. Luckily, the Wizards are the perfect opponent for that because the Wizards stink. They have the 3rd worst defensive net rating in the NBA, but the good news for us is that they play at the fastest pace in the NBA. So when you put those two things together, they give up a ton of 3-point attempts. They allow an average of 43.8 3-point attempts per game. That is 2.8 attempts higher than the next highest team. So it's a very big difference between them and the second worst team. Tyler Herro specifically, as I mentioned, he looks great. He seems motivated after being in trade rumors literally the entire summer. And I like the fact that he is consistently playing 35 plus minutes and consistently getting 10 plus 3-point attempts up. Assuming this game doesn't turn into a total blowout, I'm guessing he's going to attempt a ton of 3-pointers in this one. I'm guessing a lot of them are going to be wide open because it's against the Wizards. So hopefully he can get 5 to cash for us, cashing plus 260. And last up, our last play of the evening, third and final pick in the Mavs versus Nuggets game. We're taking KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 3+ made 3-pointers, plus 280 odds at FanDuel. First of all, this game between the Mavs and Nuggets is going to be awesome. The Nuggets are coming off of their first loss of the year when they just got annihilated by the Timberwolves. Meanwhile, the Mavericks have yet to lose. They're 4-0. They're undefeated. I love weird situations like this at the beginning of the year when stats and records and everything are just a little bit wonky. I also knew in general I wanted to target somebody on the Nuggets in this game for a 3-point prop. I obviously officially decided to go with KCP, but my logic for targeting the Nuggets is the Mavericks are another team that gives up a lot of 3-pointers. Now, they're not quite the Wizards because nobody is, but they give up 37 3-point attempts per game. That is tied for 21st in the NBA in that stat. Now, KCP admittedly hasn't shot a ton this year, and he also has yet to make 3 in a game. So I'm not sitting here telling you that there is no risk involved in this one. When you're taking something at plus 280, there's always going to be risk involved. But I am predicting that turns around in this game. He has made 2 3-pointers in 3 of 5 games so far this year, so it's not like he just isn't shooting at all. And he just hasn't gotten over the hump to make 3. His role on offense, and the reason why I kind of like him, is his role is just a catch and shoot from the corner type of player. Now, he's not someone that they design offense around, but his spacing is very important. And you know that there are going to be games, especially important games, where he shoots 7+ times because he came up for them huge in the playoffs last year. This isn't a playoff game. I'm not telling you it's a playoff game. I'm telling you it's an important game that both teams care about. Last game, he only shot 1 3-pointer in that blowout loss to the Timberwolves. Again, these things even out over time, especially for a player like KCP, who on average does shoot a decent amount. So thanks to the game, thanks to the matchup, I'm guessing that he shoots more than he has been shooting in this one, 6, 7, 8 attempts. If he does, and he can get hot, he'll cash 280 for us as our third and final pick. And that's all I got. 3 picks, 40 guys to tail. I put 1 unit on all 3 of them individually. I put about 750 in all 3 of them in a parlay. But if we get 1 to hit, we will be profitable. If we get 3 to hit, we will be rich. So let's hope for that. And that's all I got. Appreciate everybody for watching. Again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one.